Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are playing some Outer Worlds, Spacer's Choice Edition. And I think my gun's almost broken. No. Yeah, it is. We're gonna have to fix that.
Have a good brawl. Show 'em how it's done. Perfection.
Anyways, yeah, that's almost done. We need to visit some people. People being the prophet of profitability and somebody else who I forgot. Right here. Oh, Bellhop Owens, who takes the meals up to the VIP guests. When we visited, what's his face? Birdie? He didn't seem too upset about the whole thing. Even though it was the love of his life, he didn't seem all that upset. Oh my goodness. There's so many.
Looks like we're doing this.
We don't have too many of these lately. Should have some more. An invoice. A list of guest special requests. Some drinks, some food items. And tellingly, a recently fulfilled request for a fresh Terroray bile gland from one Spencer Woolrich. I believe Mr. Woolrich has put himself in quite the predicament. And it seems Mr. Owens here is only doing his job. Alright. Now that we're here, though, what's this one? Let me see. We can go back to this. Oh, yes, okay, so we need to go... okay, so hold on. You've learned that Black Hole Birdie was at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and then the pilot house for some amount of time on the night of the murder. But there is a period where Birdie is unable to account for his whereabouts. You should report to Administrator Lodovico at the penthouse terminal and decide what to tell him regarding Birdie. Birdie admitted to sending the Rizzo's Rangers mascot to ransack Helena's room in search of a recording. He was afraid of being tied to Helen's murder, which makes him and Mr. Woolrich equally suspicious. Well, this one just says to go here, but perhaps we'll do this first. Not much stuff on the bridges. Makes me a little wary for this box. It's a cart. Thunderbolt on the cart. Oh, things are loading in. Donation. I think it's supposed to be exploration, but it says exploitation. So many dead people.
Damn, but we're good.
Well, turns
Nice.
out there's a bunch of deadies over here. Oh, look at that. Looks like they escaped. The old hyper prong. It's actually a really good weapon, this one, for if you have companions. This would be such a sketchy elevator. Ow. We missed. Little landing pad, but no entrance to anything. There's a bunch of stuff over here. We probably have a ton of those weapons and armor upgrade things. Should probably think about, you know, using them. Byzantium tourist. Oops. I can't read what it says underneath the sign. Now it just fall off the cliff. There goes our friend.
Oh, hell yes. Show me the biggest, fattest wildlife you've got, Eridanos. I'll bring it home on a plaque.
She's a little excited. Nice woolly cows. Good woolly cows. The legal hunting supplies from Sublight.
Gunther, I need to ask you something.
Who in the hell is Gunter? I told you to call me Hunter. Come on.
Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat.
I can't say I have. I can sell you a new hat if you want. Or some fine, legally obtained hunting supplies. You could go get that mechanical thief yourself.
She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back.
I have a feeling that it's not legal because it's Sublight.
Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business, but have you seen a stray mechanical wandering about?
Funnily enough, it was I who interrupted you. I don't think that I have. Sorry. Let's see. Wait, I think I know the rest of this one. Then you better go catch it. It's a joke. I overheard your conversation earlier. You want to explain exactly what's happening?
Seems I'm running my mouth too much. My mechanical Betty up and wandered away a couple days back. I've been trying to track her, but the beasts make it hard. Personally, I prefer my organs inside my body. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself, but like my machine, I'm not combat inclined.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for any suspicious mechanicals. What kind of mechanical is your lost charge?
Betty's just your standard tripod mechanical, though she probably is still wearing my hat. Without it, she seems kind of naked. Her main purpose is cacao milking, but the only cacaos in the reserve are close. Without a directive, she shouldn't have had reason to wander away from the milking area.
Like those boat buckets need a reason to do anything. It's probably searching the world for more things to milk.
Wouldn't make any sense. Ain't no cacaos out there. Betty's smarter than that.
I mean, I know why the cow would wander off. Well, I'll keep my eye out for any suspicious mechanicals.
Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her. Being unemployed, I mean. Be lonely being unemployed. If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines should send her back home.
Okay. Thanks. Hey,
Welcome to Hunter Legal's Legal Hunter Supplies. I am Hunter Legal. How might I help you today?
Looks like sublights on the old... Say whatever we need you to say. I'm investigating the murder of Halcyon Helen. Have you seen or heard anything unusual lately?
Unusual? This whole land complex is a failed wildlife exhibition turned hunting reserve. You can't go 10 feet without stepping in unusual. But I reckon you're asking about people unusual. I'd go have a chat with the prophet of profitability. Maybe she can intuit you in the right direction or something. But she is mighty far in the depths of the reserve. Perhaps you should purchase one of my fine armaments for the journey.
Interesting name your shop has.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. It is a perfectly normal name for a shop dispensing hunter supplies.
I don't even know why my person says that stuff anymore. Doesn't Hunter Supplies suggest that they're supplies for you, Hunter?
Don't get smart with me. I'm just a shopkeep.
Is this really the best place for a shop?
Where better to sell hunter supplies than in the depths of the wilds? Surrounded by creatures that are just waiting to devour you. I've got an excuse, but the Prophet and her retreat don't. And they're even farther out. Prophet said I should gift her some rifles to improve my aura or something. I told her what she could do with her aura. Haven't spoken to her since. But you look like you're smart enough to not make the decision that she'll invariably regret.
All right, well, let's see what you got.
Hunter supplies. Get your hunter supplies.
Plasma launcher. Booze and weapons. Yep, those go great together. 49. Well, you know, nothing here is really tickling my fancy. Okay. He's got not a whole lot that I want. But we did repair our weapon, so that's nice. Let's see, Felix, 1225, 1225, Nayoka, 19. This is not 19. Okay, we can get rid of everything, I think. I think it's a little bit trash that you still have to pay money to upgrade these items. Speaking of which, no workbench here. Hey, buddy.
Nicely done.
It's not Borst, by the way. Worst. Disgusting, I tell you. I guess if it was the norm here to let pigs grow tumors on them, and then we remove those tumors and eat them. I don't know. I guess it would just be the norm, but it sounds disgusting. Do I even have something? Yeah, I do.
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel.
Thanks. Isabel and McLaughlin.
Sorry, but we're a little busy right now. I'm sure one of the other guys would be happy to give you a tour.
Lawrence, do you know who you're talking to? We always have time for the inspector.
The inspector? That's you? I am so sorry. We didn't know what we were doing.
We're
so
she knew
sorry.
exactly what she was doing.
It'll never happen again.
This seems like a strange spot to loiter. What are you two doing?
Oh, Law, it's all over. I told you someone
Holy
would catch
crap.
on sooner or later, Belle.
This guy's the worst.
Lawrence, let me do the talking here. Inspector, pay him no mind. I'm sure you've bigger saltuna to can than us.
What did he mean by catch on?
Don't pay him any mind, Inspector. His upper story's a little gap-toothed, if you know what I mean. But seeing as you insist on sticking your... That is, since you're so curious, I'll fill you in on what we're doing. We, misplaced some people on our last tour. Misplaced them in the maws of some local predators. Now we're stuck here wondering how to get their room keys.
So your guidees were eaten by canids. You got your guests killed. All you care about is their room keys.
Hey, we all got our priorities. Not worrying about those keys ain't gonna bring their owners back from the dead. Anyway, the sooner we get those keys back, the sooner we can make it look like the ex-guests checked out early.
Wow. You're trying to cover up the deaths of missing guests?
Wouldn't you? I mean, the dangers were all listed in fine print on the waivers they signed. Least they can do is not destroy our reputation when they get themselves killed. We knew sooner or later this was gonna happen. We've got some hush money tucked away. If you can get those keys for us, it's all yours.
Say I got your keys. What's to stop me from telling your bosses what happened?
You kidding? You're welcome to.
Our bosses would want this situation resolved, just like us. We're the real victims here. The dead can't suffer anymore, but we can, and we will if we have to pay for all these lost keys.
In their defense, they're probably right. You guys look like you need a break. I'll find the keys for you.
Did I just hear that right? The inspector is going to help us, Bill! Thank the stars!
We're not out of the woods yet. Let's just see what happens before we celebrate. We last saw the guests deeper in the wilderness, Inspector. That'd be a good place to look.
Try not to lose any more guests to wild beasts while I'm gone. You just outside the bathroom? Perfecto. Looks like cigars. Yep. Iceberg aged whiskey. Oh my goodness. There's tons of spots to look. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go, oops, to the Prophet Lady. Then head on out. Oh, Byzantium tourist. Didn't see her there until it was later. What is this thing? Why is it tilty? It's broken, I'll tell you that. Okay, alright, Sublight tour guide. Oh, I see what he's looking at. And it was big. Looks like they started to do something on this, whatever you'd call it, island. And then they stopped. We need to go the other way. What? But there was no road the other way, was there? Oh no, it wasn't. It was broke. At least we can get this coolant tank. Okay, so from... Andy, Canny... I don't know. Knock your blinking block off. Okay. We're going the right way. We've seen that before. In a different spot. Jeez. These guys have lots.
Candy Canyon? Nah, can't be real.
Oh, look at that. Candy Canyons. More like Canid Canyons.
Alright, here we go!
Jeez, he took that hit. Holy crap.
One down. Everyone all right?
You see him come at me like that? That was scary. Cactuses. Holy cow. Oh, of course it goes somewhere else.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Semi-recent set of tracks in the dirt stands out from the dead leaves and those made by passing.
Identifying human footprints leading out into the wilderness. It is unusual for productivity disciples to wander more than a few feet from the camp.
No, they're not mine. I haven't been through here. Are they Helen's?
Scanning. No. Helen's distinctive shoe size not found. Judging by footprint depressions and shoe size, these prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints were made by the Prophet of Profitability.
Well, I guess that's not too mysterious.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability.
We might as well follow them before we talk to her.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Judging by the shape of this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a number of hours, scanning for other details. Only additional signs of disturbance are a few marks in the dirt.
Am I imagining things, or does it seem like whoever was dumped here got up? Intelligence corpses don't get up and walk away, and there's no evidence of the body being torn apart. Could there have been a corpse here? Maybe the wildlife ate it. And then we would actually get these answers. We just wouldn't get experience for them. Okay, we'll do the first one.
No sign of struggle or evidence of wildlife consumption of body. Suspected likelihood of user correctness, 86%.
Okay, strange. Let's keep that in mind. Guess this complicates things. Could this be... could be this was specifically set up to throw us off our trail. Let's just be careful. Wait, where did it go? Did it just leave? It's gone. Okay, well. Cactus are pretty notorious for having lots of water in them, so she might be. This place might get their water from over here. I haven't seen too many places with water, is all. Abandon Rizzo's bunker.
So these holeheads sit around in circles and try to invite profit into their life? I hope they get eaten by rats.
Nice, bro.
By concentrating on profit, I can invite wealth into my life.
I don't think they care. Steal Meg 2 power. Mr. Power. Just do both of them. I don't even. I should have been working on engineering. Hey, what up?
The Prophet's treatments are intense. I nearly collapsed during the last session.
She's not one of them drug people, is she? This is your kitchen? Disgusting. These, rooms are a little bit different. This person gets a... I think it's a radio, but it could be a toaster. Skulls.
You make it look so easy.
Earrings, probably worth some money. I'll steal them. Today is not their day for profitability. Take it. They're gonna find out that they're losing profit today. Yep, I'll take that. Pretty easy going today when it comes to stealing things. Come on, guys. There's a dead person in here. And if they're not a skeleton, which it doesn't look like it, somebody's in trouble.
Going silent.
View lab notes. Wait, what? Entries found. Warning 556 corrupted. Run recovery. Yeah, sure. Successfully. Continue. Hack. The parasite seems completely incompatible with the common sprat. This is baffling and disappointing. I have a few theories. One, the sprat nucleotides are highly adaptive. Iridanium giganteus is a half-complete creature. Adaptive mutations in sprat physiology render it a poor host to the parasite. The Gigantium, Gigaseus, has a particular and discerning sense of taste, and finds sprats accordingly distasteful. Option 2 is ridiculous to me, but not, strictly speaking, impossible. Could both be true. I'm delirious. We'll delete this in the morning. Mr. Amir Zhao, team biologist, Rizzo's Department of Geological Survey and Territorial Expansion. Log 1. Iridanium Gigaseus Research Notes number 1. I've completed my final round of total immersion, suspension, and exposure tests. As expected, Iridanium Gigaseus dissolves in acid, burns in fire, and can be disintegrated or otherwise destroyed with N-rays or concentrated blasts of plasma. The creature is vulnerable when alone. However, bonding with a host evokes intensely productive behavior from that host. Safeguarding the parasite becomes the host's primary objective, even to the point of aggression and violence. The creature also seems well suited to long-term hibernation and immersion in a liquid suspension. Water and low-grade alcohols preserve the creature. Its metabolic systems, such as they are, slow to a halt. Once exposed to a host, the creature emerges from its dormant state and immediately attempts to attach itself to the host's nervous system. Long-term dormancy in an alcohol solution may prove useful to corporate. I'll prepare my report tomorrow. Dr. Amir Zhao, team biologist, Rizzo's Department of Geological Survey and Territorial Expansion. Three. Alright. Continuing my search for more suitable hosts among common fauna. Very promising results from Terra rays. Their biological system is well suited for hosting the parasite. My theory, the parasite enjoys exposure to the atmosphere of Eridanos and may be manipulating the Terra rays into more frequent and aggressive flight. In every case, the parasite successfully manipulated production of hormones in the host's brain. I don't know how yet. The implication of a parasite manipulating its host troubles me. Its nervous system is exotic and difficult to understand. I can't quite shake the idea that the parasite does not require contact with its host in order to influence its behavior. A suitably large and complex specimen may be able to manipulate the mood of a sentient creature by proximity alone. Maybe, possibly. These ideas are unscientific and founded on my own anxieties. My nightmares have been muddying my thoughts. Should seek treatment soon. Dr. Amir Zhao, team biologist, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. They were, again, experimenting on these worm creature thingies. Oh, who's this? Rupturing host. Yep, there it is. Earrings. Chief of the Savages. Severed index finger. The index finger of the Chief of Savages bitten off by his followers as they finally turned on him, as dissidents always do. Not wanting to permanently injure then celebrity Spencer Woolrich, and lacking the resources to create an artificial finger for the scene where it was lost, the director of Terror on Monarch had security remove the index finger of one of Woolrich's understudies. You know, hold it in your hand. You now hold it in your hand, sorry. What the heck? I don't know how it'd still be here, but I get what they're going for. Some sort of... Oh, this is in a tube. Excuse me, guys, we gotta read this. The world is beautiful beyond compare. I can see colors I never imagined existed. The sky has a voice, and it's singing to me. I see the truth now. I see everything so clearly, so perfectly. The storms of Eridanos are notes in a great cosmic orchestra. The stars are the choir of the universe, and every word they sing is joy. I can't seem to stop smiling. I don't want to stop smiling, ever. And of course, it's because of the thing in his neck. Let's go in here. Come on. We could kill those guys, but... Supervisor clearance required. Accessing this terminal with without a supervisor clearance will result in an informal reprimand. Rizzo's requires that any informal reprimands must be brought to the attention of your supervisor and will result in formal reprimand. Happy customers are repeat customers. Open last entry, please. This is from Dr. Zhao. This is to inform you that Rizzo's has been notified of your expiration due to one or more of the following causes: violent physical trauma, accidental encounter with local fauna, severe psychological reaction to company and company adjacent products, destruction of company property. After careful review, Rizzo's Office of Human Resources has approved the dissolution of your indenturement contract. In accordance with Rizzo's company law, your closest living relative will be rewarded the following: one regulation size crate of Rizzo Spectrum Brown to be delivered within 6 to 8 weeks of product launch. Oh, this was not very long ago, unless they... whatever. I don't... because, I mean, Spectrum Brown was only set to release, what, yesterday? So this happened not very long ago, this lab and everything, I guess. I think that's kind of the weird thing about this timeline. It seems like this lady's been here for a long time, but when you read the notes, it almost seems like, well, the lab failed only a short time ago. Like, what, weeks? And then she sets up there, and I don't know. It just seems like she's been there for a lot longer than that. Please note that as a gesture of gratitude for your service, Your shipping and delivery fees have been waived. Your work on behalf of Rizzo's Geological Survey team has proved invaluable in the development and upcoming launch of Rizzo Spectrum Brown. Yeah, because it's got those weird things in it. Thank you for being a part of the Rizzo's family. He said that they, like, thrive in alcohol, didn't he? Or they don't thrive, they just go into, like, hibernation. So once you drink it, I'm sure that they crawl out of the bottle and attach to you. This is an automated message. Response to this message have been disabled. Query, supervisor clearance. Ludovico to Zhao, I think. Or maybe it's both of them. Oh, it's just been granted to both of them. Please note, in accordance with Rizzo's company policy, supervisor clearance is a privilege, not a right. Clearance may be revoked in the event of gross misuse, behavior contrary to Rizzo's company values, or dissident adjacent behavior. And of course, we're going to access with the hack skill. Data corrupted, data uses inaccessible, now generating report error. Error, corrupted, failsafe, now dumping. It doesn't ask a question. Yes? Now printing memory contents. Isolate the passcode. Memorize the passcode. Oh, no, thank you. Oh, okay. Well, we got a nice passcode. I don't know for what yet. Well, that's it. Let's go. And I think we'll talk to the Prophet. That's a cool lab there. Wasn't in this computer, was it? No. Alright. Whoa, what was that, dude? You just crawled through the floor? Alright. Here we are. Does it tell me? Okay. Yes, yes. Is that her? No. She's back there. Okay. Let's see. View messages, please. Ooh, from Bellamy Ruth. That's a good one. Let's read it. I've talked with my agents, and they've told me that what I said about your seminars, not taking them, actually lost you about 30% of your revenue for the next 3 months, with future losses projected. When I said I wasn't much interested in attending, I didn't really realize that it hit you quite as hard as it did. I guess that's the price of stardom. Everyone listens to a little extra to everything you said. I'm hoping if you've got space that I might be able to attend one of your sessions today as a means of apologizing. I know that notice is short, but I'm hoping you can fit me in without too much inconvenience. Ruth Bellamy. So she didn't want to do it, and then she, the Prophet, lost 30% of her revenue, and as an apology, she's like, well, maybe I'll do it. Alright, so next we'll talk to Lee, or we'll listen to Lee Whitaker. Hey, Prophet. Lee Whitaker here. Wanted to ask you how that mix of herbs I sent you has worked out. I was skeptical at first about using them for medication purposes, but heck, what do I know about productivity? That said, be sure to remember that what I told you, don't cut the herbs asymmetrically, hampers the texture. Don't leave them out in the sun, and for law's sake, make sure you keep the smoke doses small. Last thing you want is to accidentally send somebody into a coma, or worse, kill them. Be smart, Whitaker. Alright, to your devoted attendees. Prophet, the other attendees of tripling profits through transcendentalism, and I have reconvened, and we're all in agreement. Your seminars are simply top-notch. We've seen a 5% increase in each of our business in total profits since we attended your seminar together. Attended your seminar together. Blah. Of course, with the price of materials, shipping, and other costs involved, it boils down to more of a 0.1% increase, but an increase is an increase. If you ever decide to visit the Grand Colonial, you simply must let us purchase you a round of drinks. Thanks to you, we certainly have the bits for it. Please. Garbage. Oh, what's it say? Welcome. If you are in search of a seminar, please speak to the Prophet of Profitability directly. The messages on this terminal are private. Should you read them, your humors may be thrown off balance. Is your curiosity worth the loss of profit? Yeah, it is. I think we're good enough. Out of stock? That's odd. You're telling me that these fit inside of that machine and they're out of stock? Sorry. You didn't mean to do that. Hey.
She said I must burn away the old me in order to be transformed.
She said you were getting a little too big, huh? What are these made of? Is my question.
It's not good enough to be better than everyone.
The old silver tongue one. Kind of like it, since it probably enhances our there she is.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated with a pungent chemical mix. Warning: ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be harmful to your health.
Your ears? Okay, medical. Burning these would generate some pretty toxic smoke.
Side effects from extended exposure include dizziness, nausea, and unconsciousness. Additional likelihood of organ shutdown and/or death.
How would these most likely be used? Can you analyze the herbs treated with, or can you analyze the chemical these herbs are treated with?
Analyzing complete. Substance appears to be a mix of industrial solvents and various essential oils. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil, and starship surface wax.
Starship surface wax. Alright. Discrepancy amplifier. How would these most likely be used?
Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effectiveness when users burn them and inhale the resulting smoke. Whether or not this increased effectiveness is good for an afflicted individual has yet to be determined.
Well, we can give it a little taste. Though the dry herbs are difficult to chew, the flavor is less bitter than you would have expected. It's woodsy, like Tripicale with a... Okay. It's actually slightly better tasting than your average can of salt tuna, though so are most boots. Yeah, and then it gives me like the longest time.
Hypothesizing potential side effects from herb consumption. Most likely outcome, decapitation. Slight possibility of calculation error.
Yeah, little bit slight on that one. Okay, there's some stuff we should want to look at. Whoa, there he is. I need to do something real quick. What? Oh. She's something else. Just a whack job. Oh, look, it's chapter 1. Halcyon Helen battles a lingering foe in a seedy bar. Halcyon Helen and Typhon Tim spoke in quiet tones about their next course of action. Their voices soft beneath the din of the bar. The duo had just finished the last of the paperwork on Helen's latest job. Filing precise reports always raised her spirits. The trails led us here, and I suspect it will lead us no further. Soon we will find the source of the dissidence monster, said Helen, a characteristic grin on her face. Let's hope your hunch is correct, Tim murmured, for I suspect their agents will not be far behind us. As if brought on by Tim's supposition, a frightful voice suddenly thundered throughout the room. Near the door loomed a giant and blood-stained man looking for all his worth, like he had fought his way through a Mantiqueen's den. It was Maximilian Mercer, well-feared dissident, stooge. And he held 2 Spacer's Choice light pistols in his greasy hands. She's a fan. She's a fan of the dissidents. Hey, lady, what's up? Here to talk.
Fruitful and productive welcome, sister. I had a feeling you would visit me.
Yeah, sure.
I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
Oh, well, nice little encampment you got here. Where do you indoctrinate people? I'm looking into the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Inspector, who I am on vacation, no matter what anyone says I'm doing here. How'd you know I was an inspector?
My disciples come to and from the Grand Colonial, bringing supplies and information. Knowing what happens at the hotel affects my livelihood, after all. With that said, I'd love to involve you in one of my productivity seminars.
Pass.
We should clear you of all those nasty, nasty humors hampering your potential.
Didn't Halcyon say you were a hack?
Absolutely not. Any statements by Ms. Helen about us were blown out of proportion and altered by the media. In fact, she quite recently... excuse me. I seem to be remembering something that never happened. Whatever the case, I'm sure her speech about us was all a misunderstanding.
No, let's get back to what you just said. You know, I've been feeling like my potential hampering lately. No. Sorry, Prophet, I don't think I can spare the time. I've got a murder to look into. She most recently. I don't know what that means. What? Okay, if I wanted someone peddling sprat oil, I'd buy Spratwurst. Don't waste my time. Humors, I don't think I understand.
As science has taught us, the body is made up of two things, flesh and humors. These humors are semi-fluids that, when improperly balanced, may cause you to function inadequately. By signing up for my seminars, you can balance these humors for only mildly inordinate and repeat payments. Cancellation is subject to repercussions.
Something about this all seems fishy.
No, I assure you, we all bathe semi-regularly. That's probably just the compost heap we have our customers, seminar visitees, lie in. It promotes freeing oneself from one's body. But of course, no one need subject themselves to such repercussions if they don't cancel. Regardless, can I interest you in a seminar?
No, but I think it's weird that you've been doing this for a while and you still can't keep your words straight. Like, you know, your little sales pitch. It's a little weird. You know, I've been feeling like my potential is hampered lately. What do you offer? If I wanted... Okay, so we'll actually ask her this.
We offer a wide variety of seminars for all your corporate needs. Employees not working hard enough? Employees dying too often? It's most likely your managerial humors. And of course, seminars for balancing the energies of your business offices. Interior decorating is much more important for success than many would believe. If any of this sounds at all interesting to you, might I interest you in the first 82 words of our most popular seminar's introduction? Free of charge.
Free of charge? Free, sure, I'll hear it.
Byzantines live lives fraught with competition, and that competition can be immensely stressful. You must, first of all, find a way to balance your thinking. Think not of bits lost, but of those you have yet to gain. After all, peace leads to productivity, and productivity leads to profit. Though thought alone won't balance you. We have a strict regimen to promote humor clearing. Session attendees stand on burning coals, sit for hours in our productivity smokehouse, and of course, fast throughout.
So in order to be productive, I need to suffer? Sounds really, really fun, and not at all miserable. Sounds like it could be useful. Maybe I'll pay you a visit once the murder's been solved. I'll do the first one.
Precisely. The barriers within yourself will break down as your skin sweats and blisters, giving the evil humors the proper space to escape. It's my patented method.
I'm going to ask you some questions about Halcyon Helen now, and I want you to answer them truthfully. You said you had further interactions with Halcyon before her death, right? I followed your trail somewhere. You dumped something in the wilderness. I'll ask her about the herbs first. You've got some interesting herbs here.
I'm pleased that you noticed. Excellent eye, sister. The compound they're treated with is my own invention, designed to unlock an individual's true productive potential when burned. I can't say any more. Trade secrets, you know.
Yes, of course. All right. They seem toxic. Toxic enough to potentially kill someone.
None of my clients have ever complained, so I'm sure they're
That
perfectly
doesn't mean
safe.
they're-
Is
yeah.
there anything else?
And now we'll ask her about this. What did you dump out in the wilderness?
Oh, really? What did you find there? What did I dump?
Well, there was nothing there, but by its proportions, I'd say a body. For a prophet, you've certainly made some bad decisions. Fess up. No, we'll do this one.
That all sounds like hearsay, sister. Perhaps your humors are off balance and confusing your sense of justice.
I can't
Perhaps
intimidate these
you
guys.
could use a seminar.
I would like to.
I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, sister. How might I assist?
All right. You said you had no further interactions with Helen before her death? We'll do this one, I suppose.
Yes, that's correct. She made it clear that my seminars were of no interest to her.
Really? So no messages from her or anything like that?
Your tone of voice seems to suggest that you have information already, which also suggests you've read my terminal. Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her, though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead. After that, I entered a less than coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
The wilderness? You didn't dump the body at the Grand Colonial? You're sure Helen was dead?
I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. Usually my customers at least writhe or mumble after a session. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness, but I suppose they must have been enough to do her in if her constitution was truly that weak.
Actually, I don't think you killed anybody. Certainly not Helen. This is a bit strange, but I'm still inclined to believe you killed Halcyon Helen. No. The wilderness? You didn't dump the body at the Grand Colonial? AKA, you didn't drag it there? No, I don't think so. I guess we'll ask the first one. Did you shoot the body at any time?
Laws, no. I hate guns. If I ever wanted to kill someone on purpose, I would have used a blunt weapon. Nothing quite like clubbing someone over the head.
Okay, that's weird. And you didn't bring the body to the Colonial?
Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things, but I think corpses are perhaps too strange. The creatures of the wilderness are much less picky. Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. I couldn't have made it all that way without someone realizing I was dragging a corpse.
Sometimes I don't know why I ask this question. Just to hear what she's going to say, I guess. And we'll do this one, I guess. Actually, I don't think you killed anybody. Certainly not Helen. Almost, though. All the time, because you're feeding them drugs and weird things.
What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it?
Halcyon's body was found at the Grand Colonial. She was killed there. Look, if Helen's body wasn't where you left it, she must have awakened and walked away.
No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. One of my business rivals, waiting for me to fall into a false sense of security so they can strike.
Why are you admitting it so much? The only thing you've done is to be completely negligent. Halcyon's body was found at Grand Colonial. She was killed there.
I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie. Get me to reveal my productivity secrets.
The only thing you've done is be completely negligent.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. Someone else learned that I killed Helen and is going to use that information to blackmail me. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? Ha! Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned.
You're up the wall. I'm not getting the constable to falsely imprison you. I guess if you want to be arrested, then I can oblige you. You want to go to jail? I don't know. I'm not sure I get paid enough to do my job. I can't figure you out. I think about whether or not you should be arrested. Whether or not you killed Helen, I think imprisoning you is probably the safest option. That is true. I could do the first one or the last one. We'll do this one. Yeah.
Even if you think I'm mad, it doesn't matter. None of this does. Yes, I think that's smart.
Why does she want to be arrested so badly? You'll need to find and interrogate the involvement, blah, 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 blah. I wonder, can we talk to her again? Is that, because it said that we completed that.
The sweet safety of imprisonment. I'll no longer have to put up with the miserable vulnerability of this bunker. Finally released.
That's why she wants to get out of this place? Hey, you have a name.
Hello. Welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Stay positive, and soon all your humors will be balanced. At least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aaliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the retreat? You know the Prophet well. For a positivity disciple, you sound a little less than enthused. I was hired to look into Halcyon's murder. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Let's see, we'll say she's a little less than enthused.
Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I had a cramp. It's better now. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis. But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be more chipper.
What can you tell me about this place?
If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. We have all the amenities and practices for calming the ill humors strangling your potential. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out, or stand amidst burning coals and feel your productive inhibitions burn away. And remember, think positive. Positivity equals productivity equals profitability.
How well do you know the Prophet?
Of course. I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart, and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purges. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open my own branch of the retreat someday soon. Of course, I've been waiting on someday soon for coming up on 4 years now.
4 years.
I'm sure it's gonna happen anytime now.
I was hired to look into Halcyon Helen's murder. I'm going to ask you a few questions now.
Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away.
What? Okay. The Prophet had some kind of feud with Helen, right?
Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. Even the hot coal walks weren't buoying her spirits as they usually do. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
Spencer Woolrich?
Oh, you must have misheard me. I said high profile, not had profile. Mr. Woolrich comes by much too often to be worth mentioning.
Have you noticed... Well, let's do this again then.
Yes, the circumstance. How?
Okay, now who was it then?
I'm actually not entirely certain. It was a surreptitious visit that stood out because it was surreptitious. Whoever it was must have paid the Prophet quite a lot to keep things quiet. At least that's the only reason I can think of for intentionally keeping things so hush-hush.
So it wasn't Woolrich. Was it Birdie? I doubt it. He doesn't seem the type. Maybe he came here because he was out this way, but he was just here for the woolly cow. Who knows? Oh, alright, who knows? I don't know. Have you noticed any unusual behavior in the retreat lately?
Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day. At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I saw that she was deeply worried about something. No one saw her until the next day.
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I was here at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. I rarely have more than a few minutes of alone time. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet, who will, I'm sure, reward me for my sacrifice. Eventually.
She won't. Alright, well that's all for now.
Certainly.
Bye.
Actually, before you go, I want to report something suspicious.
Go for it.
I noticed the Prophet's dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Normally, I'm the one who does her laundry, so it was strange. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly human-shaped.
Yeah, I know. Couldn't you have brought this information forward a little earlier? Yeah, no.
I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy to leave the reserve to contact anyone. Plus, there's always the possibility that I'm mistaken. The Prophet hasn't been herself lately, but if I misinterpreted the situation and reported her improperly, I'd ruin my chances for opening my own wing of the retreat.
And you're sure it was a body?
I think so. Had the right size and shape.
Well, I'll look into that. I already have. Okay. Well, that's that. I gotta tell you, this is a bit odd. Update. Yeah, she didn't do anything. She might be a whack job, but that's about it. Betty, a milk mech. Dash crewmate Cassidy Mills knows the cargo was taken. However, he was recently arrested. Oh, I forgot about that. The tour guides. Okay, yeah, we have to do that one. Let's see. Can we leave here? I forgot how to get out. Okay, well, you know what? We have other things to do here. I don't want to go to the administrator yet. That is not the way out. Come on, guys. We gotta figure out how to get out of here. It is this way. Oh, what's this? We haven't gone through here yet. Did we? I'll take that, thank you. Protective monocle. Nobody down here to stop us. Might as well take her advice and do stuff about profit. Ah. I'd be suspicious if it wasn't a take item. If it was an investigate item, I'd say it's suspicious. It was a plasma carbine, if you didn't know. Might as well take it. I don't care. We'll clean her out. Shovels.
Can't keep us out.
Juice. Okay. Oh, what is this we have? The Prophet Disciple daily schedule says awaken at 5, 5 to 12, praise the Prophet, listen to the Prophet. 12 to 2, sweat house meditation, 2 to 2. Oh, you get 2 minutes for lunch. 2 to 4, hot cold training. 4 to 5, stomach purging. What do you throw up? 5 to 5:02 is dinner. You get 2 minutes to eat. 5:02 to 6, another stomach purging. You just throw it all up right away? Is that what that is? 6 to 8 is medical attention. Yeah, you probably need it. 8 to 10, clean the retreat. Yeah. 10 to 12, beatings by the Prophet. Okay, that's weird. You get a whole minute of free time. Oof, that's good. 12 to 2, Disciple's Choice. Self-flagellation or meditation on productivity followed by no food the next day. And then you go to sleep. And then you wake up at 5. It's so... Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Nobody's here. It's fine. Alright, with that, we've discovered everything in this place. Ow. Okay, so what do we got here? Yeah. Okay, let's go here. We gotta talk to the lady that we assaulted the other day. Right here. Hey, Miss Mills.
Don't think I know you. What do you want?
I'm here for the job. I like boneless spratwurst.
Yep, that sure is the passphrase, even if it is dumb as hell. What's Dash's plan?
I'm your mark for item retrieval. Tell me what you know and where I'm going. Hold on, hang on. How do I know you're really Cassidy Mills, not a mole?
Because I'm gonna tell you where our package is, hullhead. If I were part of an ambush, you'd have already been arrested. We're in the constabulary, for law's sake. You're looking for cargo from our ship, the Rat King. Small package, wrapped in brown paper. It got moved to the shipping yard, but I'm not completely sure where.
If you're not sure where it is, how am I supposed to find it?
I'm sure some sluggite knows how to find it, or has it listed in a terminal. All else fails, You could just case the joint. Might end up with some extra loot for your troubles.
That's dumb. I don't know why we needed that little speaker. Let's go and find this thing. I was going to end the episode earlier, but I think that we can do this one real quick. Hello, security. This isn't a thing, is it? No. Why do I have a feeling this is a locked-in area? Yep, there it is. Hey, what up, Bruiser? 5, great.
Nicely done.
I gotta make this. We're gonna actually go back in through this way. I wonder if I can get in through this way. Hey, what up? You didn't see that? Alright, here we go.
Great work.
Thank you. I'm gonna steal something around here and not know about somebody that's watching me. Smuggled cargo. I might have looked at the terminal already. I don't know. Oof. We're not gonna make it out.
What the?
Come on now. Cassidy Mills is out? Oh no, she's not. She's in jail. It's just higher than I am. What an idiot. Hey.
You're back, I see. Hope the law hasn't caught on to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Law meaning authorities, that is, not the forces running the universe.
I know what you meant. I've got the cargo. What's next?
No complications? Grand. The recipient is Joseph Dempsey. He runs the Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry.
Hope all this legwork is worth it. What'd you get arrested for?
This is gonna sound a little stupid, but I got a thing about mechanicals. Don't like the way they move or the sounds they make.
I know a good
Gives
guy
me the
that
creeps.
you'd be great with.
I was drinking with Dash in the cantina when a funny-looking one trotted up beside us. Seemed like it was some kind of monster, so I started yelling, banging on it. Don't know what happened next, but I think it involved another mechanical. I passed right out then, and when I woke back up, I was here. Not the most graceful thing I've ever done.
Okay.
No complications? Grant?
Alright, well I hope it's worth it. Not in here.
I don't like the look of that shopkeep.
You don't like the look of him?
Hello. Welcome to Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. I'm Marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible.
Your title was Marketeer, right? You ever refer to yourself as just Marketeer?
Oh, I see you've read some of my poems. Very clever, Inspector. Yes, my pen name is the Marketeer, though I also use it in certain business dealings. Wait a moment. Why do you ask?
Show him the hit note.
Hey now, hey, let's all be reasonable here. I'm just a middleman. None of this was my idea. Occasionally, jobs requiring discretion arrive here from the hotel. Always anonymous and always lucrative. For a sizable cut, I set these jobs up and asked no questions. Somebody sent me a note telling me they wanted you dead. I don't know who, and I don't know why. I swear.
Not good enough. Just attack. You were hired by anonymous note. You were hired by an anonymous note. To hire someone else by
Yeah, of course. It's called a paper trail. Give me a little credit. I'm a professional. I've got to have some standards.
The paper trail usually leads to somebody, though. This is ridiculous. I don't care anymore. Just don't do it again, I guess. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to pay me, and then I'm going to walk away. You're either twisting my arm, or you're an idiot. I don't want to... I don't know what to make of you. I'll do that one.
Of course. Here.
$7.50.
Terribly sorry for all this, Inspector. I'll certainly owe you in the future.
Now we gotta talk to him again.
Welcome back. The Eridanos dry goods...
Yep. Standard and unremarkable, you said. Maybe you should invest in advertising seminars.
Hey, folks take a lot of comfort in knowing their neighborhood general store is unchanging, eternal, like the land beneath their feet or the air in their lungs. Whoops. Forgot I ain't supposed to poeticize on work time. The drab nature of our store profits is what I meant. Now, can I sell you anything?
I got a shipment, actually, for you.
A shipment, you say? The only shipment I'm expecting is 100 pounds of salt tuna a week from now. And I certainly don't expect it to be brought by an inspector.
Look, I like boneless bratwurst, okay?
Is that supposed to be some kind of code phrase? It has no nuance, no subtlety. Sticks out like a bent nail. A constable could detect that from the other side of Eridanos. I learn about secret codes in my off time. For fun. It's never anything that I actually need to use, mind.
He's not part of it. Okay. Let's see. Persuade 100. I might be investigating Halcyon's death, but I'm no constable. You can trust me. I must have been mistaken. Guess I'll just surrender this cargo to the constabulary. Drop the act. You already know why I'm here. What do you want to know? What you want to know is what I've brought. You forgot about the hired hit. You owe me for not turning you in or shooting you. What? We're back to that? Okay. If this isn't supposed to go to you, I guess I'll keep it for myself. I'll just do intelligence.
Wait. On second thought, you should let me take a look. Just in case it's something I ordered and forgot about. Follow me to the back.
Follow you to the back. Taking your money. What is all of this?
All right. So, as you can see, this actually ain't the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. Welcome to my black market. Whatever you're here for, weapons, information, contraband, cane and ointment, I've got it. Sorry for the frosty reception. Had to make sure you weren't with the constable. But seeing how you're a freelancer, I hope I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Nice place you got here. Can I pursue your wares?
Regular wares? Sure. Currently waiting on my next black market shipment, so come back in a bit if you want to see those. Let me take that package off your hands, whatever the case. Here's your pay. Good doing business with you, especially seeing how you didn't take this to the Constable. Would have been a mighty pain in my tail end.
Since I went through all the work bringing you this, can I see what's in the box?
See? No. But I might tell you what's in it, so long as it's nothing proprietary, volatile, or breathing. Let's have a little look. Contraband weapon parts, a few chemicals for the crafting of high explosives. All fairly standard. Oh, and a canister of trimethyl sulfoxide. Where dimethyl sulfoxide is good at keeping folks in stasis, trimethyl sulfoxide is nice for helping refrigerators run. Useful stuff.
Well, let's look at what you have. Let's... Ow. We'll just take that. I must already have one. Deadeye assault rifle. Sell. Buy. Okay, hold on. Let's sell all of our junk. We have a bunch of stuff here we can sell. I'll keep the head. Shotgun. Probably should have kept it. Okay, hold on. We need to go into this. 808 and 365. This one's way better than mine. Hey.
Greetings again.
Okay. These are all the same. Okay, we'll get this one here. I'll upgrade it. We're gonna sell, please. Wait, what's this one? 105. Oh, damage is a lot higher on this guy. Both 108. I don't think he had anything that was that good. Had a ton of stuff there. Got a lot of stuff here. If somebody ever caught us, we'd be in trouble probably. What is this? 2 rogue guests. Or the 2 rogues. What's the 2 rogues? Delivered the cargo to Joseph and the... Okay, yeah, we can meet the guy at the cantina now. Harbor Master's office.
Does Sublight Underground run this place? Cleaner than the Groundbreaker.
You got an appointment?
I do not.
Appointment?
I said no. I need to speak with Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
The investigator. Well, no, but I'd like to see him regardless.
No appointment? No talking to Mr. Kincannon.
Not very friendly, are you?
They don't pay me to be friendly. They pay me to keep hooligans out of Mr. Kincannon's hair.
Temperament. There'll be no trouble for me. I'm not the type. Come on. Do I look like a hooligan?
I got a sixth sense for troublemakers. Ain't convinced you're not one, but Mr. Kincannon will have to be the judge of that.
So you're gonna let me in?
Mr. Kincannon, got a person of interest here to see you. Think they've got business.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send her up.
Send her up? I think he says send her up. Hey, finally. Chapter 3. He's into Chapter 3.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by. Here for my alibi, I assume.
Later. First, I want an explanation for that nonsense outside.
Another murder? Drunk raptidons? Black hole birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
Had a run-in with some slug agents. They're the same thing. Oh, we'll do the quote, because it's like...
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did these thugs get their hands on slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Clearly whoever's behind this wants to pit me against Slug. Somebody out there is trying to smear your good name.
Right again, Inspector. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
You seem... That's weird. Presumably Ludovico more than anyone, given your work relationship.
You said it, not me. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
This guy doesn't seem like somebody I want to mess with. And where would I find Elliot to verify that?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
I mean, why do you make it... Okay. And how do I suppose... How do you suppose... then how am I supposed to trust anything you say? You're not.
It's as I said. You shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
So Helen's death is a net loss for Slug.
I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
Well, anything I should look into?
You may very well want to. This particular trouble strikes me as not unrelated to your investigation. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
What's the connection to the murder?
I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
I guess I can't guarantee the theft isn't related.
I certainly wouldn't take that bet. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads. Me, scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I'll say this once, whoever is behind this is going to jail. Not to you.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Well, before I get started...
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Why does Ludovico hate you so much?
The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused.
That's assuming he could have refused it.
Intimidation has its role in diplomacy. Still, his choice to work with Sublight was indeed a choice. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted Sublight to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
That can't be it, can it?
My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
So you did steal what was rightfully his?
Do you think power belongs to those who submit the proper paperwork requesting it? Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Is this the part where you cackle and reveal your evil grand plan?
Oh, that does sound fun, though. Is securing a board seat for Sublight evil enough? Surely we can at least agree that it's grand. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
You are. Which, of course, you are.
I wish I could wink, but it always looks like I have something caught in my eye.
I have more questions about Helen.
Very well.
Did you have many dealings with Helen?
A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around Eridanos. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
She wanted to get around, huh? That didn't strike you as suspicious?
That she bought in bulk? Not particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
If you didn't kill her, any idea who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
I'm not willing to rule anything out yet.
A smart approach, Inspector. And yet, this murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
You're saying there's something we're still missing.
Indeed. I suspect Helen arrived on Eridanos with grander plans than promoting Spectrum Brown.
I kind of do too.
I knew I was right about you being clever, Inspector. I'm glad. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
You know more than you're telling me.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
He seemed a lot nicer on the TV when we talked to him before. It's not good. It's not a good look for a murder suspect. You're getting away with less than you think. Only that I'm on to you. I've already made it. Okay. We'll do that one.
Yes, I suppose you have. Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes.
That's all.
One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now. What, or who, made you decide to investigate me?
You're one of Eridanos' major players. It only makes sense.
Understandable. A man of my standing would naturally be tied up in all this, whether he wishes to be or not. Now then, did you need anything else?
No. Well, we can...
That's a lot of containers.
And finish
It's just
our
a distribution center. Or
quest
you think they're planning
here.
Something?
Is that guy still here? Yeah. Hey.
Hope the job's coming along well. No sign of the Constable, which really makes me more nervous.
Well, don't talk about it then. One package of questionable goods delivered and signed for.
Excellent. Let's divvy up the payment 3 ways and we can consider this matter settled.
3 ways? I did all the work while you sat around. And your people. You're lucky you get anything. We'll do this.
What? That ain't gonna be enough to get Cass out of prison, and it ain't what we agreed to. Ah, shit. Looks like it was wrong to assume you were just like Hawthorne after all. Sure hope I can figure something out to pay Cass's fine.
Well, with our dirtbag move, which, I mean, come on. We are going to end the episode right there. Thank you so much for watching if you did. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Do give it a dislike if you didn't like it, but do tell me why you didn't like it. And with that, I will say bye for now.